What is up, A-Team? Welcome back. AuzSOME here. Hope everyone's having an awesome day. So the biggest talk right now has been Terra Luna, and there's been a lot of things out there, a lot of things circulating on what happened, how this whole thing came down, the death spiral, what they're calling. I mean, we had a top 10 cryptocurrency, multiple top 10 cryptocurrencies in Luna and Terra that have just came to a complete stop. They came crashing down out of nowhere. And, again, there was a lot of things behind this. There's some conspiracy theories out there of what happened. And really, not everyone has connected the dots on what actually transpired with Terra Luna. And so I'm here just to go through all the information that's coming out. And I think it's very interesting because there has been a lot of questions raised out there about what happened. And people are searching for information. And I think that it's important that you talk about this kind of stuff, especially if you're in the cryptocurrency world, and share the news and sort of give your take on what it could possibly be. So the big question is what happened to the 3.5 billion Terra reserves? That's one of the biggest questions I have. And again, I'm just a small peon in this, but to see CZ have the same thing where he says, where is all the BTC that was supposed to be used as reserves? That's a great question, CZ. No one really knows what happened. And so again, all these stories have circulated, all these stories are out there. And to be honest with you, it's a little concerning on what could happen. The cool thing is there was an article that came out. It was actually posted by Watcher Guru. Right here you can see Elliptic follows the Bitcoin. And this article is actually pretty well put together, I gotta say. It gives you really, really good details of what possibly could have happened. It gives you sort of, how this whole thing transpired. But the crazy thing is it actually gives you a breakdown of where the money came from. And so LFG stands for the Luna Foundation Guard, and that's really where the Bitcoin came from. And it's just remarkable on how this whole thing just sort of came about. So on the morning of May 9th, Luna Foundation Guard announced it would loan $750 million worth of BTC to an OTC trading firm to help protect the UST peg. Terra creator Duquan later clarified that the Bitcoin would be used to trade. At around the same time, 22,189 BTC, which is roughly about 750 million at the time, was sent from a Bitcoin address linked to LFG to a new address. And again, you can follow this right down here. They created a pretty good map on how this whole thing sort of worked its way out. And so it said later that evening, a further 30,000 BTC, which is roughly around 930 million at the time, was sent from the LFG wallets to the same address. And again, within hours of this, the 52,189 BTC was subsequently moved to a single account at Gemini. And that is a US-based cryptocurrency exchange. We all heard of Gemini, and you can see it right here in the middle of this picture. And so it says after it was sent to the Gemini and it was sent to multiple Gemini accounts, this is no longer traceable. So really, it sort of disappeared. There was no way to actually trace it, but we are able to confirm that it was sent from Luna Foundation Guard to Gemini, as you can see right here. And so after all that, this left 28,205 BTC in Terra's reserves. And it says at 1 a.m. UTC on May 10th, this was moved in its entirety in a single transaction to an account at the cryptocurrency exchange Binance. It says, again, it's not possible to identify whether these assets were sold or moved to another wallet. They actually aren't able to see that. But you can see right here that there was a transaction of 28,205 sent to Binance. It says, so those seeking to recoup losses suffered through their exposure to UST may be interested to determine where these Bitcoins remain held and what exchange that they're on. So again, if you're following this and you are reading the stories and again, everyone's sort of making their own, interpretations on what happened. And I truly believe that this was an attack on Terra Luna. I believe that it was an attack on the Luna Foundation. And again, I think going through and following these transactions right here, looking through this diagram of all the things that they were doing, I mean, all the wallets that it went into, just manipulating, trying to hide it, and then pushing it through Gemini is just something sketchy in itself right there. And what really sucks about this is that the $3.5 billion that was supposed to be in reserves that we're all talking about here, again, got depleted. And so the 3.5 billion was the backing to Terra. And so now to see this wiped away is really what caused this death spiral that we're all talking about. And so the question is, where did this go? Where is all this at? And CZ's asking, where did the reserves go? I think that's the biggest question out here. Where is this at? And so until someone finds out what happened to this, we're all just going to sit here and wonder how this whole collapse happened. I don't know who's actually going to come in and find out all this. I don't know where, I think Gemini is held responsible for this. I think they need to go through and figure out how this happened. Obviously some money got shifted back to Binance, probably to protect it. As we know that Binance is working with Terra, I think that they're working in collaboration with each other here. Obviously, CZ, again, working closely here. You can see that he says he's usually busy, but he's now drugged into this. So obviously he's working with the Terra Luna team, which is really, really cool to see. That makes me feel a little bit better knowing that CZ could be involved with helping rebuild, Terra and Luna. And I think that that's exciting to see, at least from a Terra Luna standpoint. But the question still remains the same here. Where did this 3.5 billion reserves go? And after seeing where it all went, does this just add more questions to the story of how this whole thing just basically wrecked two of the largest cryptocurrencies in the world? It just completely wrecked them within 48 hours. They went to basically on their deathbed, and no one knows why. Everyone's still speculating on what could happen, but these transactions should raise some eyebrows. These transactions should be investigated further by Gemini and by Binance and by the LFG team. And, I don't know if we'll ever find an answer. What do you guys think? What do you think really happened to this? Do you believe that this was actually an attack on Terra? Do you believe that someone came in and caused this to happen? I know that's what I believe. Really, it's up to you to decide with all the information presented on what to believe. So there you have it. The question is, will we ever be able to find the $3.5 billion in Terra reserves? What happened to it? And there you have it. So yeah, please leave it in the comment section below. I'd love to hear your theory on what happened. Where do you think this $3.5 million Terra reserve went? Do you think that this was actually a plot to destroy Terra? Do you think there were some outside influences that brought this into the death spiral? If so, leave those down below because I really want to hear them. And yeah, with all that said, I hope everyone has an amazing day. Please give this video a thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed, hit that subscribe button. And with all that said, we're out. Peace.